I never thought that you would be the one to hold my heart, but you came around and you knocked me off the ground from the start, and you put your arms around me, and I believe that it's easier for you to let me go. You put your arms around me and I'm home.
All right, hey, check it out. I got a chance to catch up with Joanna Redsky, and we've got some of the guys from Fue tonight. So we just want to check it out. Tell us a little bit about who you guys are, just a little bit what you guys do, and what you guys do. So.
Well, my name is Joanna. I'm the lead singer of Fue, and we're an alternative rock and pop band from DeKalb, Illinois, which is one of the western suburbs of Chicago. And currently, two of our band members just got married, so I'm kind of doing a solo tour right now. But I've got Isaac on bass with me and Aaron on drums. And so we've been doing some trio sets and just traveling around the Midwest, pretty much just on the weekends, and then we'll do local shows during the week. Because we still have jobs and stuff, so we're traveling on the weekends and just having a lot of fun. We're going to be doing this solo tour just under 3 months, and I think we're doing 20 shows, 5 different states. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're really excited about it. And we also just went back into the studio. We're going to be recording a single for you guys, so that should be out in the next month or two, and we're really excited about that one.
That's really exciting. So what kind of, you're kind of talking about recording singles. Should we be expecting kind of upcoming, an album, maybe an EP or something like that? And if so, what kind of sound should we be looking for? I know we had some really cool stuff sound out there. I heard you guys tonight. It was one of my top level stuff I've heard, so I was really impressed with that. But what kind of sound do we kind of, for those that have not heard Fue yet or haven't heard them live, let's go into what do they expect to hear? And what kind of comparisons would you kind of put yourself into to have not because you really can't compare one band to another, but kind of an idea of, say, if you like this kind of sound, that sort of thing. So what can we expect?
Well, you can expect to hear a band that kind of sounds like, I would say, Isley and Switchfoot, kind of those two bands combined. And I don't know, it's alternative rock, but then there's some indie stuff in there and some pop stuff in there. So we like to mix it up, keep people on their toes, and just, have a show that's, it's not stagnant. You don't hear the same type of sound over and over again. We like to switch it up. The single that we're going to be working on, we had thought about putting it on our first full-length album called Resist, but it's such a unique song, we didn't think it really fit, so we decided to hold off on it and just release it as a single, and it's called The Mind is a Mystery. It's really different, kind of out there. I call it my circusy song because that's kind of what it sounds like. And then later in, I believe it's August, we're going to be recording a Christmas album. And so we've never done this before. We did release one song last December called Whiter Than Snow, and we're going to follow up with a 6-song EP. We're going to do 4 originals and then 2 cover Christmas songs. So that we'll be working on in August, and then I think that'll be out at the end of October.
And I want to say it's never really too early to start talking about Christmas. I'm not going to lie. Christmas is always, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up real quick, but one of the things I always like to get into is we always want to know, we want to get the listener an idea of the heart of the people, the music they're listening to, because you get that in the music, but we want to hear it from your words. We always have this one general question we always ask, because it just really brings out that heart and the character of the music they listen to. And I've got you guys both here, so I want to ask all you guys the same question. This goes for all 3 of you, and so I'm going to start with whoever wants to answer first, but just kind of giving a deep thought a little bit. So my one question that we always end up finishing out with is, so you guys can't, this is it. You guys are no longer allowed to share any messages anymore. This is your last message you guys can share. This is the most important thing you can tell anybody listening. What is the thing that you find most important above all else that everybody needs to hear?
Well, let's put it on the spot here first. Well, it is a deep question. Really quick, my name is Aaron. I'm the drummer with Fue. But I mean, if we had one last chance to share a message to somebody out there, a listener, I think for me personally is really just that they have value and they're important. And that's really something that we try to bring, no matter where we're playing, no matter how many people it is. It's kind of something we learned. We were on tour last year around the Midwest, and not every show had a bunch of people, but it really taught us that, even if there's just one person in that audience, they probably need to hear that they are loved, they are important, and there's more to this life than just living for yourself and getting material things. But I believe God has really made us all unique and special, and no matter who you are, no matter what your past is, that's really what I'm hoping people will learn from experiencing us.
Yeah, my name is Isaac, and Aaron, totally I agree with that statement. It's almost exactly what I was going to say, and it's along the same lines of not only value but purpose, that the listener has value and purpose in life, that you're not just a number, you're not just somebody that is listening to our sound. It really, that God has given you intrinsic value that can't be changed in any way. And that, is so in our culture, everybody's, trying to be the best. Everyone's, trying to put themselves up and put others down. And it, it really is about more building everyone up and going as a team versus trying to do alone. I find that's just so devastating on our culture right now. And I've experienced it myself, being alone. And it's so important to feel like you're a part of a group and to be a part of something bigger than yourself.
Joanna here again. I would say, if I had one last thing to say, just how important relationship is with God the Father and Jesus and the Holy Spirit, and how it's not about just going to church and doing that once a week. It's about really having a relationship with Him and talking with Him and knowing that you are never alone and that He's always with you, and how, if you're here on this earth, you're not an accident. Like, you're a piece of God's heart. You were a dream in His mind, and He wanted you here, and how He does have a purpose for you, and how there is hope. And my hope with this tour, Resist the Fear, Pursue the Dream, is that people find hope and encouragement in persevering through the difficult times, and realizing that, God is always with you, and He's going to bring you through that. And He can, make any situation, even terrible situations, and He can use them for good and for His glory. And so hopefully people just know that they're loved and accepted, and that's it.
Awesome. That's really why we asked that question, because we really that's a great view of just the heart of what Fue is. It just really brings that out. So thank you guys for taking the time out to do this interview. It's a real quick little thing, but I appreciate it. And so this is Fue. If you want to know more about him, fueband.com. So hey, thanks again, guys.